Hey, how's it going? It's Martin Ross, and today we're going to talk about Portamento. What is it? What does it do for the Talkbox? How do we use it? Before we get into it, y'all know the drill. Hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe by clicking that bell, also sharing the video, and checking out all the links in the description. I am an artist, I make music, so you might want to check that out. So without further ado, let's talk about it. So in my patching video where I show you how to patch the synthesizer for Talkbox, I show you how to build a basic patch. But I've seen a lot of videos lately and questions about Portamento. What is it? What does it mean? What does it do? So the word Portamento is actually Latin for, I believe, to carry, or it's like portament or something like that, but it means to carry. So essentially what you're doing in the synthesizer world, Portamento is to move from one note to another gradually, right? We are transitioning to another note. And the biggest issue that we have with that is what's the perfect setting? To me, what is your effect you're going for? Before we talk about Portamento, let's talk about the synthesizers. Now, everybody has a different one, and if you don't have a microKORG and you have something else, let's talk about how do we translate the settings, because the microKORG uses a MIDI style setting, 0 to 127. Now, some other synthesizers, usually VSTs, have different languages. Instead of Portamento, they have glide. Also, they use, instead of MIDI values, they use percentages. So obviously, if we say 50% of 127, you might refer that as 63.5% on a synthesizer that uses percentage. That's the idea. Or from 1 to 10, you get it. Try to match in that range. So for me, the microKORG, I'm using MIDI values. Hopefully that translate. And if you're using software or certain type of synthesizers that say glide instead of Portamento, we're talking about the same thing. Essentially, Portamento, again, as I said earlier, it's carrying a note, transitioning a note, or gliding to another note. So now we have an idea of what Portamento is and how to use it in its settings and how to translate Portamento with glide. So what does it mean for the Talkbox? It actually changes how the Talkbox works. What is your effect that you like? Do you like robotic sound, or do you like something that's more smooth, humanistic, or depending on the writing style? So for example, you have legato style or you have staccato style, right? So Off the Wall by Michael Jackson, if you listen to the melody in that, that's like staccato sound. So you might want to change the Portamento on that. Those are the things I think about. I don't think we talk about that often. I think there's a saying goes that you keep it at this setting of Portamento and then that's it. Believe it or not, and I don't know why if it's a secret or not, but believe it or not, I change the Portamento in certain songs for that purpose, to give you a different sounding Talkbox. And I want you to try it out. So comment, let me know what you think when you're changing your Portamento, what value you like. All right. So for me, we can start with 0. So once you've reset or initialized your setting and you're onto the part of the Portamento and you want a sound, right? So let's hear what Portamento sounds when it's off. No transitioning, right? No gliding. Now I have it at monophonic, so it's only one note allowed per press. But the idea is it sounds more like robotic, right? Now let's give it about here's my secret. Let's give it about 3. Let's Portamento at 3. Let's see if we can hear a difference. Starts getting more smoother, the transitioning. Now let's bring it up to, let's exaggerate it. Let's bring it up to 63, right? Which is half almost. You see how it has that more legato feel getting to each note? And that is for an effect. Now there's songs out there, I believe it's on TikTok, where I know I'm like, oh, that's a really high Portamento. And it gives you, it's like, a lot of people ask that question. How do you make that sound? Try your Portamento. So let's kind of be more realistic here, about 10. Just be realistic here. Oh yeah, baby, baby. You see when I do that little glide there? Yeah. Let's hear that at 0, guys. Let's hear that at 0. Yeah. You see how it's more robotic? Like I said, some people say between 8 and 12. 7 and 13. Usually that's where the sweet spot is in between there as I was learning. Yeah, come on, come on. Like I said, I really prefer between 3-5. Yeah, come on, come on. So I hope you understand the idea of Portamento and how it plays a role in building your Talkbox. If you have any questions, leave the questions in the comment. If you've gotten this far, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, click the bell. Make sure you share this video to fellow Talkboxers out there that want to learn this. Also, I am an artist. I make music. Check out the links in the description. This is Martin Ross teaching y'all about Portamento. Take care.